In 1912, deep in the mountains of West Virginia, a young carpenter arrived in a growing coal town with nothing but a worn toolbox and a dream. He believed that if he worked hard enough, one day he would build a life his family could be proud of. For years, he watched others abandon their hopes when life became difficult, but he continued building, one house, one opportunity, and one small dream at a time. Decades later, the coal mine closed, the town disappeared, and nature reclaimed the streets. Yet among the abandoned ruins, one forgotten structure remained standing. It carried a powerful lesson. Dreams may begin inside the mind, but the future is built by those who protect them through every storm. In the spring of 1912, the mountains of southern West Virginia were changing rapidly. Coal mines were opening across the region, railroads carried black coal toward factories and cities, and new company towns appeared almost overnight. One of those towns was called Maple Creek Hollow. Rows of wooden houses stretched along a narrow valley. A small school stood beside the railroad tracks. Miners gathered each morning before entering the dark tunnels beneath the mountains. At the edge of town, workers built new homes for families arriving from Kentucky, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and other parts of America. Among those workers was a 26-year-old carpenter named William Harper. William had grown up on a small farm in eastern Tennessee. His family owned little land, and difficult harvests often left them struggling. But William carried something more valuable than money, a dream. He wanted to build homes, not only buildings made from wood and stone, but a future where his family could live safely, peacefully, and with hope. His mother often told him, "Never be ashamed of a small dream. Even the tallest house begins with one piece of wood." William remembered those words when he arrived in Maple Creek Hollow carrying an old leather toolbox. At first, life was difficult. He worked long hours repairing damaged homes, building porches, replacing roofs, and constructing new homes for mining families. During winter, freezing winds swept through the valley. During summer, heavy rain turned the roads into deep mud. Still, every evening, William drew plans inside a small notebook. One day, he hoped to build a beautiful home of his own. Some workers laughed when they saw his sketches. "You're dreaming too much," one miner told him. "This town belongs to the coal company. Nothing here lasts forever." William smiled but continued drawing. He understood that dreams were not promises, they were directions. By 1915, Maple Creek Hollow had become a busy community. More miners arrived, new stores opened, a church was built near the town center. William earned a reputation as one of the most reliable carpenters in the valley. But success did not come quickly. Several times he saved enough money to begin his dream, only to spend it helping his family. When his younger brother became ill, William paid for medicine. When a storm damaged his parents' farmhouse, he sent money home. When a mine accident left several families without support, he helped repair their homes without asking for payment. His dream remained unfinished, yet William never destroyed his old notebook. Every night he opened it and looked at the drawings. One evening, an elderly carpenter named George Bennett noticed him sitting alone. "You still want to build that house?" George asked. William nodded. "But every year something delays it." George sat beside him. "A dream does not disappear because it takes time," he said. "It disappears when you stop caring for it." Those words changed William. He began saving small amounts again, not large sums, only what he could afford. He worked extra hours, he learned new building methods, he studied stronger foundations and safer designs. Slowly, his dream became more than a drawing. In 1918, William finally purchased a small piece of land near the edge of Maple Creek Hollow. The land was surrounded by maple trees and overlooked the entire valley. For nearly 2 years, he built the house himself. He cut timber, raised walls, installed windows, constructed a wide front porch. Neighbors often stopped to watch. Some offered help. Others said the effort was pointless. The mine won't last forever, they warned. William understood, but he continued. "I cannot control how long the town survives," he replied, "but I can decide what I build while I am here." By 1920, the house was complete. It was not the largest home in town. It was not expensive, but every wall carried years of patience. Every beam represented sacrifice. Every room held hope. William married a school teacher named Anna, and together they raised 2 children. For several years, life seemed peaceful. Then history changed. During the late 1920s, coal production began declining. New energy sources became more common. Railroad routes changed. Mining companies moved toward larger and more profitable operations. Maple Creek Hollow slowly began losing people. Stores closed, families moved away, the school became smaller, the mine reduced its workforce. By the early 1930s, the company announced that the mine would close permanently. The town's future disappeared almost overnight. Many people abandoned their homes. Some left before sunrise. Others packed their belongings onto trains and never returned. William stood on the porch of the house he had spent years building. Anna asked quietly, "Should we leave?" William looked across the empty valley. "Yes," he answered, "but we are not leaving our dream behind." Anna looked confused. "The house was never the dream," William explained. "The dream was becoming the kind of person who could build a future, even when life kept changing." The family moved to a nearby city. William continued working as a carpenter. His skills helped him find new opportunities. Years later, he opened a small construction company. He trained young workers and taught them the lesson George had once shared. A dream does not disappear because it takes time. It disappears when you stop caring for it. Meanwhile, Maple Creek Hollow became silent. The mine entrance was sealed. The railroad station closed. Wooden buildings slowly collapsed. Wild grass covered the roads. Trees grew where children once played. Decades later, hikers discovered the abandoned valley. Most of the town had disappeared, but near the edge of the forest, one old wooden house still stood. Its roof was damaged, its windows were broken, yet its foundation remained strong.
Inside, explorers discovered an old notebook hidden beneath loose floorboards. The pages contained drawings, house plans, measurements, and one sentence written repeatedly: protect the dream, build the future. Today, Maple Creek Hollow is remembered as another forgotten place in American history. The town disappeared, the mine closed, the streets became silent, but William's dream continued far beyond the valley. Because dreams are not only the things we hope to receive, they are the values we develop while working toward them. They teach patience, they create discipline, they give purpose to difficult days. And sometimes, even when the place where a dream began disappears, the person shaped by that dream continues building a future somewhere else. Across America, abandoned towns, silent factories, forgotten railroads, and empty homes remind us that nothing physical lasts forever, but the hope we protect can change an entire life. The future is not built only from wealth, opportunity, or luck. It is built from the dreams we refuse to abandon. Because every great future begins as something small: a thought, a hope, a sketch inside an old notebook. And beneath the silent mountains of West Virginia, the forgotten remains of Maple Creek Hollow continue whispering the same timeless truth: protect your dreams today, because tomorrow may stand upon the foundation you build for them now.